All right, folks. Good evening. It is 7 o'clock on the dot Eastern Time, Monday, the 26th. Welcome to Eric's House of Cards. Tonight we're going to be breaking the first of two breaks here on this case of Gypsy Queen that we have. We're going to be doing 5 boxes here at 7 o'clock Eastern, and second break will be at 9 o'clock Eastern. Real quick before we get started, appreciate everybody paying on time. All teams have been paid and accounted for. Always appreciative of that. Second thing you'll see is we'll going through these. I will be getting most of these parallels and inserts at least penny sleeved, if not top loaded, which would include the serial numbered and autographed cards as we go through everything here. The thing about Gypsy Queen this year, there's a lot of parallels, and we will do our best to make sure that we account for all of them. The tricky ones this year are the bazooka backs. You gotta have to turn it around, check the back of the card to make sure that bazooka back is what it's supposed to be. Typically, it's the third to last card in the pack from breaks I've seen, so I'll make sure that we check and make before we get everything shipped and packed up. Which will be happening between today and tomorrow and out to the post office Wednesday. We'll make sure that we check the backs of everything to make sure those bazooka backs are accounted for with the parallels and inserts that get sent out. Real quick again, thank you for joining Eric's House of Cards. This will be the first of 2 breaks tonight. 5 boxes to go here at 7 Eastern and 5 more at 9 Eastern. Real quick before we get started, just wanted to thank you again for all of your bids. 10% of all these bids and winning listings do go to the Movember Foundation. As being a cancer survivor, it's near and dear to my heart. So I do appreciate that, and for everything that you guys do on that part. Real quick, I'm going to do a quick roll call. I'll do this on our team breaks versus player breaks. A lot easier here. Make sure that everybody's good to go and knows who they got. New York Yankees going to Todd G. Robert M. on the Chicago Cubs. Brady D. with the Cincinnati Reds. Logan H. on the Philadelphia Phillies. Daniel W. on the Seattle Mariners. Get it shipped out there going up to the Toronto Blue Jays and Pittsburgh Pirates on break 1. St. Louis Cardinals break 1 going to Huang C. Jesse W. on the Giants and the Cleveland Indians. Richard S. on the Washington Nationals. Chicago White Sox and San Diego Padres to Sean K. Daniel O. for the Baltimore Orioles. Panust N. for the Colorado Rockies and Oakland Athletics. Atlanta Braves to Holly H. Los Angeles Dodgers, Tampa Bay Rays, Miami Marlins to Jonah W. Minnesota Twins to William L. Ryan J. coming in with the Milwaukee Brewers. Los Angeles Angels to Shay B. Houston Astros to Ed P. Arizona Diamondbacks, James H. Kansas City Royals, Carl C. Jeremy W. with the Detroit Tigers. David T. with the Texas Rangers. And Michael S. with the Boston Red Sox. All teams are paid up and good to go, so we appreciate that again. Let's go ahead and get this box open. What I'll do is once we get this open, I'll take the left side and we'll make that break 1, and I'll put the other cards on to the side for break 2. That'll be the ones that we'll do at 9 o'clock here Eastern. So we get all this open. If you haven't seen these already, there are a lot of cards in these boxes. So we will definitely, I'll do my best to get through these as fast as possible. I'm glad I gave myself a little bit of time in between breaks because there's definitely going to be a lot of packs to open as we go along here. Each one of these packs is going to have, or each one of these boxes is going to have a top-loaded pack. A box topper pack. It's going to put a big 1 here on the top here, 2 over here, which is, you guys can't see that, but I'll show you right there. 1 and the 2. I'm going to take that set of right side, put them over there. We'll hit those at the 9 o'clock break. Each one of these will have a box topper pack. It'll have some chrome cards in it. There are two autos per box. What I have seen on some of these is that they've come in with 11, 12, even 13 autos for a 5-case break. So running hot on some of these. Hopefully that means that I'm not going to run low on my end with these as I've been watching these breaks come across here. I will kind of go through them a little fast because there are so many cards. per pack. But I will definitely make sure to note all of the parallels, inserts, and obviously autographed cards. And there we go. So here we go. First, coming up here on our Chrome parallels, we've got Rafi Devers, Marcus Simeon, and in the back here, we've got a nice blue Aristides Aquino. That is 011 out of 150. You know, I'm going to move these boxes out a little bit because I noticed my we get a little bit off on the focus. There we go. Aristides Aquino, our first one there. This will definitely get sleeved. Actually, all the chromes will get sleeved, but this one will get top loaded, being a serial numbered parallel. If I can get it in there. If there are any players or anything specific that you want sleeved specifically outside of the norm, which are all the parallels that are in this set, just let me know in the comments here, and we'll do our best to get those taken care of. There will be a full recap at the end here to kind of go through everything. So if you guys are got someplace else to go or just something else to do, I'm not going to be offended. I'm going to be here opening these packs regardless. So, all right, starting on the left side, we'll go with this first pack. And now I can see what folks were saying about these packs being brutal. Man alive. All right, here we go. Like I said, I'm going to kind of go through these a little bit quick. Here we go. So this one here, we got a script on the Austin Hayes for the Baltimore Orioles. That's a script variation on the team name. So we'll get that one sleeved up and set aside. Like I said, if there's anybody specific you want, otherwise I'm just kind of going to fly through these pretty quick. There are 8 cards per pack, and there are 24 packs per box. So there's definitely a lot for us to go through here. Taking a look at everything. Here we go. This is a Xander Bogaerts on the parallel for the Terrors of the Diamond. That one set aside. Man, these are some of the toughest packs I think I've ever tried to open. Brayu, Marchand, a couple rookies right there. McKinstry. There is a Mets no name for Robinson Cano. If you guys did notice, for whatever reason, that on the for the listings, the Mets were not listed. They do stay in-house here with me. I do keep all those in-house here as a collector, as well as a breaker as well. Change my mind on that no name. I'll situate those later. And it's funny, every other pack's been easier to open. But yeah, I've just noticed on a couple breaks, folks have been saying how hard these are to open. There's our first autograph. There's Tariq Skubal going to the Detroit Tigers. That will definitely get sleeved. And it is a script as well. So that's kind of, you can kind of call it a one breaker I follow. It calls it a 1.5, right? Because it's not only an autograph card, but it's also a variation on that autograph card. So nice hit right there for Tariq Skubal. That is the scripted auto for the Detroit Tigers. Good. Regular top loaders are the way to go. Make sure we're all good to go here. I should just flip them in the back. Make sure that bazooka doesn't sneak up on us somehow. I've definitely noticed that on some of these, those bazookas are just there's no rhyme or reason on these. Those bazookas kind of sneak up on you if you're not expecting it. So there we go. Checked it real quick. Bellinger. Let's make sure we don't have anything crazy there. We got nothing there. All right, so making sure. This is definitely one of those sets you got to stay on top of a little bit more because of the amounts of variation that are in them. Not as crazy as like Stadium Club. Stadium Club was kind of easy. You know, you could tell the red, the black, all the different inserts were relatively easy to pick apart. Let's see if we have anything there. There's our bazooka back. So that's why we double check them in the back. It is that third to last card there that would be the insert. That's Clayton Kershaw on that bazooka back. So we get that one into the sleeve. Like I said, everything will get shipped out. We'll probably get sorted tonight and packed up tomorrow and probably shipped out on Wednesday of this week and then out to y'all. Make sure everything gets out in a good time. Okay, nothing on that one. Okay, looks like we got, see the insert we got coming up here. This is Fernando Tatis Jr. on the captain. These are these minis, right? A little harder to kind of keep up with and make sure, you know, anything like this, I always like to get them in sleeves just to keep them a little bit safer from, any kind of, you know, when you're holding them in your hand and they just kind of seem off a little bit. There's another one right there for Austin Meadows. Check our backs. Yeah, so it's definitely that third to last card, which is in tune with what I was seeing with other breaks. Is that third to last card is the spot where the inserts are sitting with this set. You know, Tawny picture there. I wonder if that's. Let's check on that. Here is our second autograph for this box. Franklin Kilome for the New York Mets. Regular script here, so you can see right there the Mets is in the same fashion that it's in on the regular cards. That other script, it's basically the team name in a purple script. So you can see right there the way it was on the Tigers card. That is how those cards are set up. Don't think we've seen any of the high numbers yet. All those players in the high number base, the extended base, if you will, are all retired players. So those are ones too that we'll keep an eye on because they're a little bit out there. A couple good rookies there. That is a nice Cronenworth regular pack. So I always wonder too, you know, how they decide to put, you know, who on the different packs here. So obviously Bellinger is the face of Gypsy Queen this time around. It's always interesting to see how, you know, what thought process Topps goes through to put their players or put a player on a different set. Stadium Club was Christian Yelich, and DeGrom was on Heritage. There's Acuna Jr. Make sure we got no bazookas sneaking up on us there. There's 3 of these so far. These captains. Cool. And these are brutal packs. You would think somebody in QA would have figured that out when they started opening them and checking them. They're definitely a lot harder than the norm. Dylan Carlson, Dahlbeck. There's Jackie Robinson. That's one of those high-numbered base. So above the 300s, 300 right there. So 301 to 320 are all of the high-numbered base. And I'm going to check real quick here to see what those are. Those are 1 in 24. So basically 1 per box on the short prints. So there's our 1. We'll see if we get more. Castro Espinal DeGrom. There's a Pentacles Bryce Harper. Terrors of the Diamond. That one sleeved up as well. Just making sure I got my insert piles all set up over here. And a Castro Espinal Huff Scuball. There's our Marcell Ozuna, black and white. This should be serial numbered out of 50. Check on the back there. Yep, sure is. 22 out of 50 there for Marcell Ozuna for the Atlanta Braves. Let's hit there for the Brave spot. That put away. We'll bring my camera back just a little bit. See if maybe that could sit up a little bit better there. Let's see. If my arm will hit the cord. Sure it does. So why wouldn't it? Here we go. That's a little better. See if I can get that focus worked up a little bit better. All right. Yeah, Scherzer. There's another captains for Vlad Guerrero Jr. The Mets had a good showing against the Blue Jays over the past couple days. I definitely thought it was going to be a real tough series from the Mets, but they pulled out a couple nice games against a really good squad in Toronto. I think Toronto is going to be a real good team for a couple years to come with a lot of good young players on that team, without question. That's going to be a pretty exciting squad to watch. If anybody's on right now, got anything they want to chat about, baseball wise, or food wise, music wise, anything like that, I'm happy to oblige. Pache, Bard Newman. There is a Jacob deGrom. Shall we take a look at all those? So I think we've got 3 of these Terrors of the Diamond so far. We'll get one more. So far we've had the 1 Bazooka back, 1 scripted, 1 no-name, 2 autographs, 1 out of 50 so far. Henry, I think what I'm breaking next, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. September, I'm looking at doing the Bowman Chrome. I skipped on Bowman, the original Bowman, or the first Bowman. Here we go, a Carlos Carrasco. Is aqua or green? 053 out of 199 on the Carlos Carrasco here. Matthew, I'll tell you what, I'd love to see a 101. I did have a pull of a 101 when I did museum collection over the weekend. I had a nice Paul Goldschmidt patch 101 that came out. That was a nice looking card, nice and exciting looking card for that Goldschmidt spot. But I think, like I said, I'm going to be doing the Bowman Chrome next. It's due in September. I will tell you, like this set here and museum collection were both delayed by I feel like a few months, more than weeks. So who knows when that'll actually happen or not. But we will see. I definitely I've gotten a good rhythm for kind of what I want to do, and this is the first time I've really done this type of thing. And so I was just figuring out, what's best and what I like doing, what I like breaking as we kind of go along here. So, oh, nice on the canvas. Yeah, those are. There's definitely some things in especially here in Gypsy Queen, I have not seen yet. So hopefully we'll see something that'll be pretty hot here. Stay a little bit away so I can get that box topper out. And these boxes, they're nice and sturdy, and it's interesting, how the boxes differ from product to product. Let's do our chrome topper pack here. The regular Topps boxes certainly aren't as sturdy as this one. The Stadium Club boxes were okay. Again, not uberly sturdy. These boxes definitely seem like they've got a little more oomph to them as far as their sturdiness. All right, here we go. Joey Gallo, Manny Machado. And Jacob DeGrom, hello, sir. You were on a blue, indigo. I think they might call it indigo. That is 88 out of 99. You, sir. We'll get one of these. And one of these. As a serial numbered card. So far, 2 chrome packs and 2 serial numbered. That I'll definitely play. Yeah, I'm taking a chance this year, Matt, with some of these. I'm kind of branching out a little bit more than I usually do. I will tell you my favorite sets I've already broken this year, which was Inception and Stadium Club. Those are 2 of my favorite sets for various reasons. The photography on Stadium Club is just unparalleled, I feel, in the industry. And Inception, I think, is just kind of a fun product. The rookie cards, the colors, all the parallels and everything really makes it a fun product to collect and to break. We got next here Shohei. All right, nice spot here for the Angels. This is that indigo, and this should be, once we get it turned over, at a 99. Oh, excuse me, 150. Excuse me, 150. 99 is the chrome. 121 out of 150 for Shohei Ohtani. Very nice here. You, sir, will find yourself in a top loader. Yeah, I enjoyed Breaking Museum. It just wasn't, and if I'm being completely honest, from my standpoint, it wasn't as rewarding or as lucrative to turn it around as a breaker versus getting into breaks myself, just looking for Mets cards or Pete Alonso cards specifically. So I have to think hard about that one next year when it comes out to see if I'm going to go for it again. Plus the delays kind of just, it just made it, almost anticlimactic that it was like, oh, finally it's out. And so, once it hit, it was great. It was definitely great to break. But like I said, it was a little worrisome with, that it's not kind of breaking in. It's not getting as much as I thought it would. Same with Gypsy Queen. To be honest, the product was supposed to have more parallels to it. Oh, hello. That is special right there. San Francisco Giants, Joey Bart Mini. That will definitely play. Are you numbered? You are numbered. 50 out of 99. Mini rookie autographed card for Joey Bart. See, I'm just like gabbing along there, and then like boom, I gotta stop it and throw it in reverse for a little bit to eyeball this one. This is a nice hit right here for the San Francisco Giants spot for Joey Bart. Rookie card, mini autograph. Let's get him all the way down there. So that's very nice right there. Nice hit for the Giant spot. Yeah, I saw one break on Museum, and I was kind of like, meh. And thankfully, my break was pretty solid, I thought. It had a lot of nice hits in it all the way around, good parallels. Obviously, a 1-on-1 always helps when you're able to pull that in. But overall, nice hits. I did that one player break instead of team break because I find with the higher end products especially, and I just know this from my own experience, I'm going for Pete Alonso cards mostly these days for sets from today. Dalton Varsho here on the green. I'll look that up to actually get the right color. But for me, I'm looking more for Alonso hits versus anything else. So if I see a set that's got only Alonso, I'm more apt to go after that versus just the Mets as a whole. I like the Mets. I like collecting, whoever they have, but I'm not going to go after, all of that hardcore because I'm going to get a lot of stuff that either it stays in the PC in the personal collection, but other times it was kind of like meh. That kind of happened with Tier 1 this year. I did a lot of breaks and they ended up just kind of being okay. And I ended up with like 4 Franklin Kilome autographs and Andres Jimenez all over the place, who's not even on the team anymore. So it was a little disappointing there. This Varsho here is 053 out of 199. I'm going to look that up right now so I can get the right color designation. That is $199 is turquoise. There we go, turquoise on that color. Yeah, Clearly Authentic does have an Alonzo hit in it. I've tried a little bit to get on some of those. I'm getting outbid on those, so I'm not exactly sure where the price point is for those quite yet. So I'll see. I'm still definitely in the hunt for some on that side of the house. So we will see. Get our Brian Anderson Capitan here for the Miami Marlins. Good number of those so far. Yeah, some of them, you just got to kind of pick your poison, right? You know, card collecting these days is very different than it was when I was growing up. I mean, my first packs of cards that I opened really was in 1982. I'm dating myself here. The 1982 Don Russ is kind of when I started collecting. I was very young at that time, and so then it was a couple of years after that where I don't know why I did that. I'm just yakking along. 82 and the Don Russ, and then it kind of picked up in 85 with Topps, and then 86, 87, and then from there I really picked up collecting. So that was definitely my time frame. You only really had 3 sets, right? You had Don Russ, you had Topps, and you had Fleer. A little bit of a nick here on the back of that Riamuto. Lots of base cards. Hopefully we'll see at least one more of those. Don Russ, Fleer, and Topps were it. And now Topps has got what, dare I say, 12 or so sets, right? I mean, we could probably name them all real quick. Here we go for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We got Mitch White on the autograph. Yeah, I was born in 77, so 82, I was 5 years old. So I think somebody was buying those for me. So like I said, I picked up more in like 85 or so. And from then on, it's kind of how it went from there. So on this autograph here, this is just regular team script, but nice hit here for the Dodgers on Mitch White. Upper Deck came in 89 with the Griffey Jr. And then, they changed the game. Without a doubt, the card stock, the set, everything about it was just so different. Here we go, another hit for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Pavin Smith. And I want to say this is Amethyst, they call it. 181 out of 250. Let me check. Indigo. Man, this is indigo. All right, I see it. A little bit of indigo there. But yeah, those Pinnacle. I remember Pinnacle too. That's when Score started playing around. Kind of came out into the mix. I want to say 92 might have been when Pinnacle came out or so. I remember the hockey cards too at that time with Pinnacle and such. But yeah, everything just started changing then, and then changed fast, right? And then everything was overproduced, and everything became worthless. So that kind of happened in the span of about 5 years or so. Really, burnt out the industry quick. And today, obviously, things are a lot different because, like I said before, we've got Gypsy Queen here, and there's Inception. There's Mike Trout here on the captain's card. There's Inception, there's Heritage, there's Archives, there's Chrome, there's Stadium Club, there's what is it, Big League, I think it's called, another one. Just so many different parallel. I know I'm sure I'm forgetting a few for the industry to have. That it's just a matter of, what do you really want, right? Museum collection, Topps Tribute, Triple Threads. There's just, Topps has got so many different sets that they've got now. So it's an interesting concept of what's happened to the industry. Yeah, I feel it was really funny from a hockey perspective, being from being from Long Island, I should have been an Islanders fan, but I went to an Islanders game in 1990, I think it was. I think it was 1990. Make sure we didn't miss any there. And it was against Matthew. You're gonna hate me here. It was against Chicago Blackhawks, and Jeremy Roenick got my attention as just a player and everything at that time, and I just followed him wherever he went. And so whatever team he was on, I enjoyed watching him and collecting his cards for a good long time. But you can't go wrong with the Detroit Red Wings. They fantastic teams, and all those players that they had on that roster. Especially in the 90s with Fedorov and Yzerman and Lidstrom and Darren McCarty and Bob Probert, just all over the place with superstar power from those squads. Definitely the big rival, right, of the Blackhawks for the days that I was following them. Funny, one of my best friends in college was a huge Red Wings fan. So it was something that, we kind of went back and forth on for some time. The Belfour, it was one of the craziest things was the goal that Roenick scored in the playoffs I think it was for the Flyers, and it was against the Maple Leafs with Belfour in goal. And it was just crazy, how that came full circle, right? That they were teammates for a good, couple of years, and then obviously ended up on opposite teams, and then, one playoff hopes. Some of these have been absolutely ludicrous to try and open. I wonder why it's just different technology or something that they obviously did with these versus the other cards. Like I said, too, I will make sure we'll check all of our base cards on the back to make sure we didn't skip or miss any of the parallels either. Especially that bazooka back. That's definitely the one that can kind of get away from you if you're not paying attention to the backs. There's a no name for Zach Greinke. Yeah, Potvin was great. I mean, great goaltenders for that time period. Obviously Patrick Waugh goes without saying. But Dominic Hasek, I actually met him. The Sabres came to my college to practice when they were coming to play the Capitals, and I met him. I met Barnaby, Matthew Barnaby. I can't remember who else I met, but Hasek was the one that I was drawn to the most, just because I was like, man, this guy's awesome. Let's see what else we can get here. Need some excitement. There's a nice big stack right here. You guys, I got it a little bit off camera, but there's definitely going to be a stack of cards going out in the mail on Wednesday for folks who have one team, two team, three teams. A couple of y'all have the same team in both breaks, and we definitely appreciate that. Some folks have got a couple more than just one or two, and again, we appreciate all that help here, keeping the hobby fun and safe and all that good stuff. All right, Chris Bryant. I said Joey Bart must have been that. That was the first auto, and then the Mitch White. Not seen a script or a bazooka back or a high number. I don't think I missed a high number. Like I said, we'll go back and check. Make sure that everything has gotten clear when we go through here. Like I said, those high numbers are supposed to be 1 in every 24 average, right? Average. And then the rest of them are all kind of laid out as far as their odds and the variation odds. And haven't seen any of the Jackie Robinsons yet either. I know those are out there too. So obviously the 42, the Roberto Clemente, and Negro Leagues are out there as well. So those parallels are all out there. Granted, we've only hit 2 boxes so far, so we definitely have got a long way to go in this full case here. 5 of those we're opening right now. And we will do the other 5 at 9 o'clock Eastern. All right, let's see. What do we have in our Chrome? They don't put any odds on the back of the Chrome packs. These are interesting. Well, we got color right there. All right. We got Charlie Blackmon, Austin Meadows, New York Yankees. That is a gold parallel right there for Gleyber Torres. 10 out of 50. Congrats there to the Yankees hit. Get that one all up and top loaded. I feel a little bit thicker. I might put these in 55s actually. I don't put them in here for right now, but I'm pretty sure I might re-top load those because there's a snug fit in the regular top loader versus the regular cards. It's funky. The back is it's such a different feel than the front with the chrome. The back is more of that paper feel versus that chrome front. Yeah, these are just beastly to open here. We got some green coming up here. Turquoise for Marcus Stroman. That is 156 out of 199. Stroh was pitching tonight against the Braves. Actually, last I checked, they weren't doing so hot. I think it was 2-0 in the 5th, bottom of the 5th. Might have been top of the 6th by the time I got off of it. So I got it on the TV in the background here, but it is not on because volume would be bad because I'd probably get hit with some kind of copyright something. If Lord knows they play some song or something and folks come out of nowhere asking me to give them royalties or something. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I'm just a dude ripping some wax. Captain for Bryce Harper. So obviously these captain cards are definitely pretty populous here. So far I just did one high number, so I do expect to see some more of those. I think here's our first autograph for this box. Keegan Aiken for the ran out of my penny sleeves that were out. Here we go. There I got them. Top. Keegan Aiken autograph, regular team font here for the Baltimore Orioles. Congrats on that. I sit there. I haven't followed him much this year, so I don't actually know what he's doing. Some of these, obviously, these rookies, like that Mitch White for the Dodgers. I have no idea how he's doing this year. He's not just not somebody I'm following all that much. Nobody in my fantasy league has him on his team, so I don't even know if he's up in the majors or not. So that's kind of how I keep up with a lot of the players. Is when you're in a fantasy league, you're kind of paying attention, not only to your own team, but obviously the other teams to see what the other guys, what their players are doing. Let's see, what do we got coming up here? Here is Kikuchi for the Mariners. This is numbered 226 out of 250. Yusei Kikuchi going to the Mariners. Where's that? Peter Alonso. Wands. Terrors of the Diamond. I don't don't know if there. I have to look and see if there are any parallels on those cards at all. Probably. There's almost parallels on everything. I would assume it's very easy to see, but let's see. Patino. There's a Max Kepler coming in with the turquoise. That is 131 out of 150. Max Kepler to the Minnesota Twins. Congrats on that. Yeah. Oh, is Kalenic in this set? Does he have anything in this set? I don't even know if he does or not. There's Alonso on the captain card. Now I know they did he get called back up again? Because I know he was up, hit that home run, had a lot of fanfare right off the bat, and then kind of had he's one of the SPs. Okay. Had all that fanfare and then just struggled mightily, which is a shame. You know, you always want the best for everybody, right? So, you know, it's always nice if you come up and you hit well. He is an Ian Anderson for the Atlanta Braves spot, autographed and colored. So I can promise you that this is serial numbered. Looking better, real good. I mean, that's good for him. You know, that definitely was a lot for Metsies to give up there. This is 112 out of 150 for Ian Anderson. 112 out of 150. There we go, maybe a little bit better there. So nice autograph right there. Yeah, I mean he's got a beautiful swing. I mean I'm left-handed, so I'm partial to that, but he's got a real nice compact swing. Definitely going to generate a lot of power. You know, you never know what it is when folks come up between nerves and who they're facing and what's been going on in their lives and whatever's going on for them to, you know, have success right off the bat or not or whatever happens. Aaron Judge on the swords. But yeah, definitely, you know, between him and Justin Dunn, you know, I liked him a lot. So I keep my eyes on those guys, you know, after they leave the Mets, especially as prospects. But I mean, Diaz, you know, I'm thankful for Edwin Diaz. That is for sure. I know a lot of. Here's a no name here. Oh, I have to guess who that is. Who is this? I'm gonna have to cheat because I don't know who that is. Number 10 for the Giants, Longoria. Man, he looks different. I always think of him with Tampa Bay too. But yeah, Diaz, I mean, he has been just superb this year. I don't care. You're not going to be perfect the whole year, but from what I've seen, I'm definitely happy with how he's doing. And Cano can kind of stay away in my humble, you know, sitting on my butt watching baseball games opinion. Dude, I'll tell you what, you know, Paul Sewald was an unsung hero last year or the year before, whenever it was. He just was really clear and nice surprise out of the bullpen. And Chris Flexen, I always kind of rooted for that dude. It just didn't work out. So I'd like to say you're welcome on that, but yeah, Flexen was I thought he was going to make it, but it just didn't work out for whatever reason. But Paul Sewald is definitely one of those guys that was unknown that kind of came out of New York. There's a Willie Mays. That is so maybe I did get surprised on that last box and I missed the high number because the only difference really that you know. On these guys is that the picture is not much different from, you know, your regular cards, right? I guess it's a little bit different, but, you know, if you're going through them and you're looking in, I should just look better in that third spot. But, you know, the name and obviously, you know, Willie Mays is that high number. So those are the one per box hits. I'll go back and check and make sure that we did not miss one. in box number 2. It's amazing, when I look at Mets history and who they've had on their team. You could put together a pretty darn good team of players who have been on the Mets at one time or another. Typically, we get the leftovers a lot of times, and I'm talking about players like I don't know, like Carlos Baerga and even when Roberto Alomar came over, he was towards the end of his career, and Mo Vaughn, right? Mo Vaughn came over to the Mets. Still was decent, but nowhere near the prolific power hitter he was with the Red Sox or with the Angels. So it's always interesting to just kind of see who's come through and put the Mets uniform on at some point in their career. Thankfully we hit some solid talent in the mid 80s with Hernandez and Carter and Ray Knight. Good solid veterans that came from other teams. That obviously were instrumental in that 1986 World Series. There's Joe Adele, Ricky. But yeah, it's always interesting to kind of see who's filled out the. The Mets had Jeff Kent for a while. He played pretty decent for them for a few years. Jason Bay is definitely a name that comes up. He came over to New York, and he was just not. It wasn't a good fit. I think that's probably the nicest thing I could say about Jason Bay's time in a New York Mets uniform. It was not a good fit. We've definitely had some players that have come and then gone elsewhere. Justin Turner is one of those, right? Here we go. There's a purple on the parallel. Good call there, Henry. There it is. 113 out of 250 on Max Scherzer. But yeah, the Mets have definitely had a couple few, I like to say, players who went elsewhere and then thrived. Yeah, Delgado did have some good seasons. He that's gonna get top loaded. He did have some good seasons. We got him at a better time than some of the other ones, certainly. But one of the biggest ones, obviously, and you don't know at the time when you make trades when players are very young, but obviously Nolan Ryan is the test case for trading away players at such a young age and then them flourishing into several record holders. Is that going to happen often? No, right? But it's the truth. It's what happened. How many other times has a player of Nolan Ryan's ilk been traded and turned into nothing? Probably more often than not, right? But it doesn't make it feel any better. At least not me, at least. Oh, I wasn't alive back then, so I couldn't fuss all that much about that trade. But it's the way the game is. It's the way the teams are, and then how things are put together. And that was like 4 packs in a row that had no hits. Felt like it, at least. Nothing on there. All right. Here we go. Going to box number 4. So far, 2 of those high numbered, Willie Mays and Jackie Robinson. So I hope I just missed it on that second box, and I will pick it up when we come back around. And only 1 bazooka back so far, and 1 team script name. 3 no names. Just kind of looking at the piles over here. Good number of these captain minis here, and we've hit our 6 autos so far. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So we're holding serve to 2 autographs per box. And these chrome packs have been brutal too. All right, no color in this one though. We got Yadi Molina, Paul Goldschmidt, and Buster Posey. So the Cardinals definitely worked out well here. Yeah, this is funky. The chrome on the front, and then the back of the card is like the regular base card. It's just that paperish kind of a feeling. It's really a funky feeling for that. So I hope you all get at least one of these hits or get one of these cards in your hand, and just kind of, it's just weird. different, cool. I like those. Those are definitely a nice looking card right there. We do it on time here. 750. It's not so bad. Not so bad at all. Let's go here. Let's get some goodness. There we go. Bryce Harper for the Philadelphia Phillies. That is the Indigo, right? This is the Indigo parallel. 190 out of 250 for our Philadelphia Phillies spot. Get him put away. Put him in that pile of numbered parallels. There is an autograph for Jose Garcia for the Cincinnati Reds. I remember I hit Jose Garcia a bunch of times in the Inception, my Inception breaks. Funny thing is that one break I got one of his cards. I think it was numbered at a 50 maybe, but nobody picked him up. So that just stayed in-house. I mean, I went and sold it off, but it was one of those. I was like, man, it's one of those, people didn't take a chance on it and it hit. So yay for that. But yep, all the teams are hit. So all the teams have been bought that were up. Obviously not including the Mets. But there you go. There's a Reds. So there you go for the Reds hit. There you go. Joey Votto on the captain card. I tell you what, I haven't said it yet, but I might as well say it now, and I'll say it again when we do our break at 9 Eastern. When folks mention a player or a team, inevitably, it comes up. Nice, Henry. That sounds nice. Is that was that the base card, or is that one of the parallels, or one of the probably? I guess it's a base card. There we go. There's Willie Adames for the Tampa Bay Rays. Formerly of the Tampa Bay Rays. But there is the team script. Now I'm thinking, man, I wonder if those packs that I was thinking maybe didn't have anything in that third to last card. I wonder if that was, I'll see. I'm wondering if it's one of the, there we go. Hello. Is our Giants hit on here? Base only. Cool. Here's a great hit for the Giants. Mike Yastrzemski. It's a nice looking autograph for Yaz. Folks call him Yaz. I know they called Carl Yastrzemski Yaz. I suppose you call him Yaz too. It's the name. Nice hit here for the Giants. Nice break for the Giants. Joey Bart and Mike Yastrzemski, 087 out of 150. Yep, that is 2 great hits for the Giants. What I was saying was I wonder if in some of the packs where I'm thinking if there wasn't anything, if it was a Jackie Robinson or a Negro League or Roberto Clemente, but I don't think so. It didn't seem like it was one of those. See, it's like one of those right there, right? So Grisham, that don't look any different. Marquez, Anderson, Devers. No, I think there's just nothing. It's odd because, they have some sets that every pack has got a hit. Right, it's something, even if it's something that's 1 out of every 3 packs or what have you. It's at least something to get you thinking. There was nice color here. That you got something, right? Eloy Jimenez, I believe he was coming. He's coming off the IL, right? I think real soon. Either he did or he's coming off really, really soon. That'll be exciting. It's a shame for the White Sox this year. I don't know how they're doing, but man, a lot of their star power went down this year. And between him and Luis Robert, that is 17 out of 75, by the way, here for, I'm going to look up what is the color on these. These are called mauve. No joke. Mauve. M-A-U-V-E. Numbered out of 75. Yeah, those Jackie Robinsons are they're in a Jackie Robinson jersey. You can clearly see the 42 on all those cards. And I know this because Alonso's got one. So I have the Alonso parallel of that. So I know what that looks like. So kind of like this with Ohtani, you clearly would see the 42 on it. So we'll see. Maybe like I said, I'm going to go back and check. There's one reason why I wanted to keep a day in between breaking and shipping to make sure that I got everything properly accounted for, at least sleeved and or top loaded if it's something really rare. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad Eloy is back. He's an exciting player, and it's definitely something the game could use. And definitely Mercedes saved their bacon. I'll tell you what. You need to treat that dude a lot better. Again, in my humble sitting on my butt at home opinion, that dude came out of nowhere and really did a great job. And so we'll see. Hopefully they do right by him. I think is the best thing I could probably say. It's like a rookie pack. Here we go. Here's Mr. Jazz for our Miami Marlins hit. Jazz Chisholm, Miami Marlins. I had him on my fantasy team a little bit earlier this year, just for a little bit. I was a little. I think my shortstops were hurt, or I had something else going on. I've had one of my shortstops hurt all year, almost actually. So I picked him up for a little bit. He took a spot. He came over from the Diamondbacks, if I remember correctly. Here is a Mike Soroka. This is 2 black and whites for the Atlanta Braves. We had the Marcell Ozuna earlier. I think we'll gladly take the Mike Soroka. It's not an Acuna or a Freddie, but it's still a nice hit. And this is 21 out of 50. I had Soroka on my fantasy team actually for most of this year, and then when he just ended up being out for the rest of the season, I gave him the boot because he's not going to carry over until next year. We can keep 10 keepers, but he's not going to be one of them, to be honest. Is he still? He's still on a minor league salary, man. That's some junk. That's unfortunate. I really think to get. We got another box here. We can probably get started a little bit on the talk of whether or not we're going to have baseball next year, because I'm a firm believer that there's going to be some heels dug in for this year's Players Association and the collective bargaining agreement. I think it's going to be rough. I'm just double checking this one. No, there's nothing. It's just a regular pack. I think it's going to be rough. With the agreement and the desire, and I think need, again, in my opinion, of a universal DH. I love Jake DeGrom hitting. I think it's entertaining. He's good, but I'm not going to the ballpark to see Jake DeGrom hit. I want to see him up there throwing 100 and a 93 mile an hour slider and pitching 7 strong innings with 14 strikeouts. I'm going to go to the ballpark to see Pete Alonso hit or Francisco Lindor. That's that. And so I know my best friend is a big old school baseball type guy, and so we disagree on that. But I just don't. There's Ricky Henderson. There we go. That's that high number base there. We disagree on that one. That's not much else I could say about that. I am. It's just not entertaining for me to see, a pitcher go up there and just, waste an out, right? Does it mess with strategy of the game in the National League? And I've been a National League guy my whole life, right? Being a Mets fan. So, sure, you can make that argument. For the betterment of the game, should we have a universal DH? I believe that answer is yes. I just think it is a better. It's more entertaining. I think, speaking of rules in general, that I think this year we're going to see the last of the 7-inning no-hitters or 7-inning doubleheaders, especially if you pitch a no-hitter in 7 innings, as Bumgarner did earlier this year, and don't get credit for it. That's nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. He got credit for a complete game and a shutout, but not a no-hitter, and that's just garbage. Either it counts or it doesn't. But I think what we've seen the last of the 7-inning no-hitters, or I said it again, 7-inning double headers. Also, I think the runner on second base thing is going to go away, at least in the interim. I think they're going to push it out an inning or two, which I would support. If you get to the 12th, maybe then start putting that runner on second base. Because at that point, you've kind of, nobody wants to be there for a 5-hour baseball game. I love the game, I do, but I don't want to be there for a 5-hour game. I just don't. Especially if they've stopped selling the $10 beers in the 7th inning, or what have you. It definitely it wears on you a bit. Is it exciting? I'm sure it is to be there for that long of a game, but at the end of the day, it's definitely it's a struggle. Let's check all these. Anything? Nope. You're almost through box number 4. And I tell you what, that's like 4 straight packs with just nothing in them. Nothing aside from base cards. 4 base card packs in a row. Put it that way. Let's get something hot here. Let's get something. Nope, that's 41. Caught my attention on that one. That's like 5 or 6 packs in a row. Absolutely nothing on them. That was on the right side. Let's see if that holds true for the next pack or the next box. I mean, this is legit like no hit city. That's really wicked. Right? Everybody else is seeing this too. At least I got it on video. There we go. We got something in this one. Hallelujah. I think it's one of the tarot cards, but heck, something. Tarot card there for Verlander. I mean, yay. We did get a script card in that box. We did get our high number. We did get our 2 autographs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're up 1. So there we go. So I missed it. We had a double autograph hit in that box. All right, last box, y'all. Last box mojo here for box number 5. Chrome cards inside. Let's get something hot in this one. Let's get something hot. What can we get? Oh, trash is on this side. All right, here we go. Yu Darvish, Clayton Kershaw, Francisco Lindor. Look at that, Francisco Lindor in an Indians uniform. Man, that is it. Man, that's all right. That's all right. Indians, enjoy this one. 37 out of 150. Am I salty? I'm not salty about that. That's funny. That is funny, though, because his base card is of the Mets, right? But this card is on the Indians. That's going to the Indians. That's the way it goes. That is the way it goes. Kershaw and Darvish on our other 2 Chrome cards. Yeah, I've seen, Henry, I've seen some breaks of Gypsy Queen, a full case break, and 4 autos of the same player, the same card. So like this Jazz Chisholm, it was was the Reds. It was Tyler Stevenson. Dude hit four Tyler Stevenson. And you know, on quality control, unless you're a Reds fan and you're pulling for the Reds, then you're good. There we go. There's a hit on the first pack. That works. But man, look at that. Speaking of the Reds, Akiyama. Tell you what, that just comes up. That is 007 out of 150 for the Shogo Akiyama. How is he doing this year? He's one of these guys too that I see his cards a lot, and I just haven't followed the Reds at all to know how he's doing. Yeah, the Chromes obviously were made earlier because that trade happened early-ish, I guess, in this offseason, February. I should know, right? I should know when that trade happened. I don't know exactly when that trade happened. That's what I feel it was. Let's see if we got anything here. Yeah, that's definitely, that happened with Stadium Club too. I had happened with Luis Patino, who was on the Padres, and then no, was he on the Rays and then on the Padres, or the other way around? Either way, he had cards on both sides of the house, and so I hit cards for him on both sides. One was an auto, one was like a base parallel. And so what ended up happening, obviously, one card went one way and the other card went the other way, which is interesting, right? So if you were chasing someone, like if you're chasing Patino, you have to buy both teams, and that, I guess, if you have to buy the Padres, could be a little disastrous to your wallet, or exciting if you're an overall collector. But it's just interesting. I'm not collecting Lindor per se. It's nice to have him on the Mets. It brings in, when I do Mets breaks or buy into Mets breaks, it's nice to get cards of them. It's like, okay, cool. Here we go. What do we got here? Dalton Varsho, Diamondbacks. Arizona Diamondbacks on the autograph. Dalton Varsho. It's a nice looking autograph. These are on card. Which if you've heard me and other breaks, I like on-card autographs. This means he actually had the card close to his hand or touched it or something. I like these way better than the stickers. That is the old school in me, or whatever you want to call it. I guess not so old school, because autographs didn't start until the 90s. But I just like the feel of a card, that the player had right in front of me. Saw what it looked like. When they sign stickers, I don't know what it looks like, but I'm assuming it's just like a rack of stickers, and they just sign all the stickers and they move on. So at least here he's seen the card, knows what it looks like. That's a nice autograph too. You can definitely read Dalton Varsho on that autograph. There are definitely some players these days who you can't read what it says. My 8-year-old probably has a better autograph. But again, those guys are playing Major League Baseball, and I am not. Here we go. This is Tom Hatch. I think it's Tom. Yep, Tom Hatch for the Blue Jays. That is a team script card. Nice hit there for the Blue Jays. Oh, double. Hold on now. All right, just double checking. Double team script hit for the Blue Jays, or excuse me, for the Dodgers here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards in that pack. That was it. They doubled up on the that parallel there. Huh. Well, that's nice. That'll work. That'll definitely play. We'll take it. I'm not going to send that back. Manny Machado on the Terrors of the Diamond. Yeah, Sixto is not the best. It's probably one of the nicest things I can say. I've definitely seen some that are interesting. but we'll take it, right? If we get a Sixto autograph and we've got his team, we got the Marlins in the break, we'll take the autograph. I will tell you my favorite autograph, and Henry, you might have heard this already because I feel like I talk about it every break. In my opinion, is David Wright. He has a crystal clear David Wright with the number 5, and it hasn't changed over the years. It's been very, very clear. Here's Braylon Marquez for the Chicago Cubs. So you can see that Braylon M, very clear. You know, the ink kind of shines. It's a little indented even on the card. So that's cool. I like that. Is really cool. That's pretty neat. I like that. Again, David Wright has one of my favorite autographs. It is clear. You can read David Wright. The 5 at the end of the autograph is very clear. And you know who signed it. Now, autographs are an individual thing to every person, right? So whatever it is, right? So if that's the autograph you want to put out there and it's not very readable, then so be it. We've got some color coming up here. Sonny Gray for the Reds. Definitely hitting some nice hits for the Cincinnati Reds in this break. Sonny Gray. This is the mauve, right? Mauve. 40 out of 75 on Sonny Gray. Checking to make sure those numbers aren't there. I'll definitely look up, especially after our second break, the odds of hitting those Jackie Robinsons and the other ones, the Roberto Clemente and the Negro Leagues. I know there's a variation for masking up, it's called, and that's a lot rarer. I forget how rare those are, but it's in the thousands, I think. And that's just the player, you know, with the whole pandemic and everything last year. Their variation just has them with a mask. So, you know, was what it was last year with the baseball season. There's Stan Musial on the high number base. So I'm definitely going to check the stacks here when we stored them here, and because that makes 4 of those high numbered base. Pretty sure in box 2 I must have missed who it was, so my apologies for that. I will. It will definitely get penny sleeved and sent out if it's there. Not sure if I missed it, but odds are that I did. Biggio, Albies, McKenzie, Ariana. Right, coming to our last stack. There's Ronald Acuna Jr. Definitely, baseball needs him to come back. I realize it's not going to be this year, but man, what an exciting player! Definitely enjoy watching him. Don't enjoy him watching him ravish the Mets too much, but he is a baseball needs those players without a question. The last stack. How are we doing? 8:15. Not so bad. Should probably be done about 5 minutes or so. Here we got some orange. There's one of these side cards. One of those side cards. One of those small cards, I should say. For Loriano here. Kirilloff, Ruiz. Yeah, there was a lot of those. That's definitely the most numerous insert for those captain's cards. Checking those backs. Make sure we don't have anything crazy. This is like the same thing as last time, right, y'all? Like it's the right side. Right side was just dry. Maybe on the next time around, I'm going to start on the right side. There we go. There's some color. Max Muncy for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that is numbered 043 out of 199. And that is the turquoise parallel for the Dodgers. And 3 more packs. Nice Cabrian Hayes right there. I've seen the Cabrian Hayes Clemente parallel or variation. That's nice. That's a cool looking card. Nice history there with Clemente and the Pirates, obviously, and Cabrian Hayes, part of that new next generation of Pirates, young Pirates players. Although they just traded Adam Frazier, so I'm not sure what direction they're going in. That was an interesting trade for them. Guys leading the league in hits gets traded. You know how many times that's happened. Last pack here, y'all. Last pack. $4. 5 of break 1. We got a Nolan Arenado Pentacles. All right. Well, thank y'all for being here. And we're going to hit our recap real quick. And then we will get ready for our next break. Just getting these in order. Then we will rock and roll through the recap. Good number of base serial number cards here. All right, cool. All right, first thing we'll go through the thing that we had the most of, which was definitely these here. So we had Laureano, Bell, Moncada, Correa, Lewis, Gallo, Judge, Votto, Posey, Cabrera, Alonso, Harper, Bryant, Trout, Merrifield, Anderson, Guerrero Jr., Acuna Jr., Meadows, and Tatis Jr. That's nice. No doubles there. So it's always nice to get those in that fashion. Kershaw on these are the chrome from the box toppers. Non-numbered. Kershaw, Darvish, Posey, Goldschmidt, Molina, Meadows, Blackman, Gallo, Machado, Semien, and Rafi Devers. For our Towers of the Diamond, we had Arenado, Acuna Jr., Machado, Verlander, Bellinger, Bryant, Bell, Judge, Alonso, Scherzer, Betts, Cole, DeGrom, Harper, and Bogarts. Again, nice there with no duplicates. It's definitely nice. Solid. For our team script variation, Walker Buehler, Tom Hatch, Willie Adames, and Austin Hayes. Again, I will check through, make sure we didn't miss any when I go through and we get everything to get ready for shipping. No names. We had Evan Longoria, Zach Greinke, and Robinson Cano. For our bazooka back, Clayton Kershaw. Definitely check those, make sure we didn't miss any of those. For our high-numbered parallels, or high-numbered base, Musial, Henderson, Mays, and Robinson, I would definitely check the second box because I'm pretty sure that I missed one in that, and I apologize for that. We will get that out there to have a look at. For our base, serial numbered, parallel numbered here was 250 for Scherzer, Pavin Smith at a 250, Kikuchi at a 250, Harper at a 250, Ohtani at a 150, Max Kepler at a 150, Akiyama 150, Carrasco out of 199. Varsho 199. Stroman 199. Muncie 199 for the Mauve. Sonny Gray out of 75. Eloy Jimenez out of 75. Mike Soroka and Marcelo Zuna bringing in the black and whites, both out of 50, 21 and 22 out of 50, respectively. For the Chrome base, Chrome inserts here, we had Francisco Lindor out of 150, Jacob deGrom out of 99. Man, they look the same. That's tough to tell. Aquino at a 150. I'll look at that later. And Gleyber Torres here out of 50. And the last ones to look at here are our autographs. Let me get them all situated. We did have a couple that were serial numbered. All right. Tariq Skubal. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So +1 on the autographs that are 2 per box. Tariq Skubal, Franklin Quilime, Braylon Marquez, Dalton Varsho, Jazz Chisholm, Jose Garcia, Keegan Aiken, Mitch White, Ian Anderson coming in at 112 out of 150. Mike Yastrzemski coming in at 087 out of 150. And Joey Bart in the mini rookie auto coming in at 50 of 99. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining this break and being a part of this. We will be breaking set 2, the last 5 boxes of this case at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So about 39 minutes from now, 38 minutes, 30 minutes from now. So appreciate you guys. Everybody have a good evening, and we will talk to you soon.